right. I'll play the invisible drums.
Somebody play some drums, yeah. All right, good evening, everybody. So we need somebody that's going to moderate and read the comments. My comments won't come up yet for some dumb reason, probably because I'm dumb. So good evening, everyone. This is Randy Ryder. Welcome to Goon Squad, the Weirdos Assembled. Most of us are wearing our Goon Squad shirts today. Some of us are. So this is
I realized I didn't actually get a Goon Squad shirt. I messed up.
What?
Forgot to grab one. Yeah, I know. I have a two-wheel Goon shirt, but I did not grab a Goon Squad shirt.
I would send you one, but I promise it would not fit you.
Yeah, see, and I just sent off the rest of his to him today, so I know he didn't have any left over that would fit me. We the bigs, we sold out our shirts. I mean, that size 2X, 3X, those are damn near gone.
I have one 3X I'm saving for a guy who I went to high school with who said, please save me a 3X. So I did. Other than that, welcome everybody. My other little cohorts are to my right, nothing at random.
What up?
I have the DZ of the ADZ Adventures.
Hello.
And then the AZ of the AZDZ Adventures.
Hi.
The Mad Yankee.
Guten Nacht.
And finally, Juice.
Just to round it up. Yep. Howdy.
All right. So we're going to start with a topic that obviously we never stick to. But topic for tonight was the lack of sleep when you're on trips. How do you deal with it? How do you cope with it? And how long do you sleep when you finally get back home and get into bed? So we'll start with Aaron. How much did you actually sleep during the camp out?
During the camp out, I actually slept a lot more this go around than normal because I went down early to volunteer my time, so I was physically active a lot more. So I was usually in my tent and climbing it down onto my cot probably close to about 11 most nights, 11:30, and I was out pretty quick, and I was up late. I'm normally at all the other times I went to the camp out, I was usually up before the sun was up. So this time, I think I didn't wake up before 7 every single day. So at the camp out, I slept a fair amount.
So AZ and DZ beat me there. So when did you guys get there, and what was it like before the camp out and during the camp out? Were you actually getting to sleep before the camp out, or did you just start your partying early?
No, we weren't at the camp out early. We didn't get there till 10:30 Thursday night.
Yeah, they got there after you did, Rainey.
I thought they got there. Oh, that's right. When they pulled up, they were looking for a place. That's right. Their condo went up after mine. That's right.
Yeah.
Scott Free says he needs sleep because if he's awake, he's probably not making decisions that are in his best interest. Okay. See that? Why was I thinking y'all got there before me? But you're right. You actually, one of you even left before me, and one of you stayed longer than me. So.
Yeah.
Party.
There.
So while you were there, were you getting to sleep on time? Were you getting to sleep late?
Got a decent amount.
Later than what I'm used to.
Well, yeah. But we're also used to going to bed at about 8.
Oh, true story. Yeah, I wish I had Sammy G in here because she, I think, every night stayed up till like 6 a.m, took a power nap before breakfast, and was right back to it. That girl has endless energy. I envy her youngness.
And on the flip side, her wife Tony was out at like 10:30, 11 every night. She was out. And she didn't wake up early. She woke up late every morning too.
Oh yeah, I noticed she got us singing that one night, and then all of a sudden you looked up and she was gone. We're there singing country songs, and I was like, where'd she go?
Oh yeah, when we were out by the fire in the like the premium spot, we were singing, and then she was there, and then we all looked over, and she was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sneaky. She's small. She can sneak like that. She's like a little ferret. It's like wiggle through the weeds. All right, Mad Yankee, what about you? You didn't get to make it to this one, but what's your it's the last one. Did you get any sleep? Did you try to stay up late and get up early to get to the festivities, or?
As far as sleep at the camp house is concerned, I mean, my usual tactic is to just get so friggin' drunk that I usually just pass out of my own volition anyway. As far as like out on the road, I usually try to stick myself to a schedule as much as I can. I find when I'm actually motivated to do something the next morning, I don't have as much trouble getting up. It's worth pointing out for the last week or so, I've been actually getting up at 3:45 every single morning to haul my ass out into the woods. So, I mean, on that point, it's just routine. You just sort of get used to it. But,
Right on. And Juice, you're usually up later than everybody, but then you're probably usually the last one to come out of your tent.
I mean, that happened one time for sure. I will say that was
It was funny.
too.
It was funny.
It was funny. At this camp out though, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is recently. Like I've been up by like 6:30, 7:30 ish, believe it or not, and it didn't matter if I stayed up till 2. That was kind of the time that my body told me, "Yep, you're gonna be awake now." Also, part of that is I do not like sleeping in the heat, and it was just barely warm enough, especially in my little tent. It was just barely warm enough that it was a little uncomfortable. So
sleep naked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Or something.
Less clothing, big
I was gonna say we were in close proximity to children.
Yeah, but you don't.
And what are you complaining about?
Yeah.
Did you open your vents?
I tried to open like the way my rain fly, which I thought about just ditching the rain fly, but then I really couldn't sleep naked. So no, but I think generally I do get at least like 6 hours of sleep, even at a camp out, even staying up late. I still manage it. I will say on the way down, even though I didn't biker my way down, but like in the truck, I told myself I was going to sleep in the truck on the way down. It did not happen. So I can tell you, as a traveler, maybe just like, do travelers need sleep? No, my dumbass does not need sleep. I've made that trip to Florida twice now, and I don't recommend doing that the way that I did it. So on the way back up in Chattanooga, I got a hotel. Highly recommend that. But can I physically make that trip though? Yep.
Sleep and traveling. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a big difference in are you able to do something or is it smart to do it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I
My
know once. Go ahead, Mike.
my shot down this time, I was like, okay, I'm going to work all day, come home, take a little nap, jump on the bike, and ride all night. Because as we see Josh do it a lot of times. Probably what Josh does in that show is he takes like a power nooner during the day because he can. But yeah, I hit it and I was like, man, I feel great, man. It's like 70 degrees. I'm cruising through Birmingham. I'm cruising through Montgomery, and all of a sudden it got cold. And as soon as the cold started setting in, I got tired. And it's like, this ain't good. So I had to stop a little more often, get a little more to drink, try to warm up a little bit. And then once the sun came up, as always, anybody that drove overnight before through the day, once the sun comes up, I'm wide awake. And so the rest of the way down to Florida, man, I was cruising. I was having a ball. Once I got off the bike and sat down, game over. I was done. And I know you guys wanted to go rub butts and you wanted to go do, go out and stuff. And I was like, yeah, not so much a good idea anymore. And I think even, somebody offered to ride me bitch on the back of their motorcycle. And I was like, I'm going to sit in my chair. And I did.
That'd be a hell of an experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't mind.
It was Dave, Dan.
That's right. Dave was going to take me down.
Myself, and a new guy from Cincinnati. I think his name was Brad.
Brad,
We were all going to get dinner, and we invited you, and you're like, no, I'm not able to ride. And Dave was like, we can put you on the back of the bike. And you were just like, he's like,
and I would have
two baggers, and
I would get there and fall asleep. I know I would. Like as soon as I got to Dwight's house, I'd be like, oh look, there's a couch. I'm gonna just go crawl.
I was struggling.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. But
I'm glad I went and did that. I was like, damn it, I got roped into something. But no, even after that long ass trip, I still felt good that like I got something that was very tangible. Like almost everybody probably had pulled pork. I'm like, hey, my fingers were all up in that pork.
And on
How's that make you feel now?
And on top of that, while you were at Dwight Smokum's house, didn't he also cook for you and Sid?
Yeah, he did. That was delicious. To the surprise of nobody, like he is a fantastic chef or cook, whatever you want to call it. You know what? I call him a chef. He didn't wear a chef hat, but he's a chef.
Yeah, he wrote in my face the next day. He was like, "Oh, too bad you didn't come, man. I made this, and I was asparagus and green beans." And I'm like, "Yeah, I would have loved to have come, man." But
So, okay, next camp out I go to, I am not leaving Juice's side. And staying back at the Dwight Smokeham's house. Apparently that's what to do.
Yeah, we had a little crew just setting up, getting the pork butts ready, and
Holy shit.
it turned out real nice.
speaking of which,
I'm on board.
Dwight was gonna come on tonight.
I was thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
I sent him the link. We'll see if he pops in a little later. Dwight, if you're out there, yeah, pop in.
I should send him some of my venison. I bet you he could do some really cool shit with it.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Venison jerky. Just
Let's see who we got in the chat tonight. We got Scott Free.
Sid.
Obviously, he was the first one to chime in. Journey of Jerry, 9 Meals on 2 Wheels, Dry Heat Doug, some guy named Loose Juice,
We know.
7 popped in. Gma, nothing at random. So Gma's here. Hey, Gma. Gma, you need to pop in one night. You need to come in and talk to us.
Mhm. I miss you,
So-
Gmal. I love you.
Yeah, she was. So okay, let's just switch gears real quick. So what do y'all think? Did Gma live up to the hype?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
10 of
Oh,
10.
yeah.
10 of 10. Yes.
On top of
She was
that,
everything I dreamed she'd be.
she brought a handful of these awesome little booklet gifts that
Yes.
only a handful of people got.
You made that yourself out of an old Indie Ridge box.
I did not.
Brag about
I
it.
am not that crafty.
So Sid was going to pop in tonight. Adventure Glide popped in. Hello. So come on in there, Sid. We're waiting on you.
So Rainy, you mentioned that this time around you rode all through the night and you didn't stop anywhere.
Yep.
All other times you stopped in Tipton, correct?
Usually do. Yes, I broke the tradition. Broke it right in half.
So this was my first time. So my first one, I stopped on the way down at a hotel, and I planned to stop. Every time I've gone down and come home, there was no planned stop. I was just going to go full bore. So the October camp out, I did an iron butt down. I did not do an iron butt home because of the rain. March, I
Froze to
was
death.
originally, I half froze to death, and I thought the plan was I was going to ride to Goon and then we were going to drive to FA. I didn't know we were going to Tipton until after Goon and I were like, "Hey, I'm not going to make it. You should go on without me." And I'm like, "Where am I going?" I didn't know our plan was to stop at Tipton and meet up with you and Kenny.
Yep. Surprise.
Yeah. So, and then this trip, after I found out I was able to make it, talking with Sid, we made plans. We grabbed a hotel room, but we were originally going to meet up in Iron Butt all the way to FA. We didn't. And then leaving, Devin and I suggest, I'm like, let's just keep going until we get home. Doesn't matter if it's Iron Butt or not, but let's make it all the way home. And then we got to a
Yeah.
point after we had 2 setbacks that put us about 3.5 hours behind.
Oh, I
Which
was
will be in
laughing about those stuff.
Those will be in our videos for sure. And that's all I'm going to say about it right now. But then we were in, I think, somewhere in North Carolina,
Charlotte.
about 10, Charlotte. Yeah, it was what, like 10:30, 11. And we're riding, staggered. And then I'll blink and we're like this. And I'll blink and we're like that. And we're both nodding off
Yeah,
while
that's
we're
nice.
riding, doing this, crossing back and forth. So I pull us over to get gas, stretch, and I'm like, I think we should get a hotel room.
I'm not surprised.
On
I'm
the
not
way
surprised by
down,
this.
yeah, on the way down, when I was leaving, so between Montgomery and Dothan, Alabama, there were points I went to go through a curve, and all of a sudden the side of the road kept getting closer and closer, and I was like, I need to be leaning, and I wasn't. I was like, oh shit, I just couldn't make my body do what I wanted to do. It's like, look, there's a gas station. It's time to stop.
Yep.
Get off. You're fine for another 30 minutes. It was crazy. It took me a good while to get down, longer than than I imagine. But yeah, when you get tired, man, you gotta stop and take those breaks more often. Especially if you just plan on just hard butting it, take more breaks because that road can get dangerous on you really fast.
So I think that's a great question then to pose to everybody is when you do have to make those gas stops, hopefully not in that desperate mode every time, but like what's your beverage of choice? You know, what's your pick me up? What's your keep you on the road for the next however many hours? I know for me it's usually like some maybe White Monster. I think I did that a lot this trip.
For me it depends on what stop it is because I'm not going to do the same thing every stop. So I'll alternate stops between something with caffeine and just straight water, or an electrolyte drink like a Gatorade or a Prime or a Propel.
If it's just if it's a little bit of energy I need, Diet Mountain Dew. If it's this last time where I had to keep stopping, Go Leafs tea with cane sugar, because the tea will give you a sustained energy and the sugar will give you a boost of life.
Yeah. So
For me, it's either Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee drinks or like one of those like iced tea, unsweetened iced teas, and like a Little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie. I swear to God.
Yeah, so it's for me. I'm doing depending on what stop it is. The earlier in the day the stop, if it's like the first one, I grab a Celsius and like a candy bar. The second stop is a electrolyte drink or just water. Third stop, probably a soda and another candy bar. I'm terrible about what I put in my body while traveling.
9 Mills is pointing out the fact that I nearly wrecked his motorcycle. I would like to point out the fact that I took evasive action and knew what to do when your brakes fail, which is what I tell everybody. Always have an exit strategy. When you're coming up to a red light, have an exit strategy. Usually I do that where it's just in case the car behind me is not stopping, I'll have a place to go. I'll aim between cars. This? You must have missed it, yes.
Was this in your video?
It was in the video.
I missed it, then I gotta go back and watch.
So yeah, when I was riding Matt's bike, so when I left, Matt said, okay, sometimes when you go to stop, the front brake will get a little squishy. He says, let go and squeeze it again, and it's there. And that's we talked about why that is, and I actually have a plan to fix that if I ever get Matt, or I just decided to burn an ass and run to Texas. But I'm riding the bike. I go to stop, do a test brake. It's not there. Squeeze again. It's there. Cool. I know how to do this. I've got this pat down. Go to stop. It was at the road that we actually turn off to go to the scrambled egg. That red light, I was going to turn off and go that way. But I was like, no, I'll just go this other way because the dude that I was following is going that way and he's a jerk and won't drive fast. So I pull behind this other lady. And as I go to squeeze the brake, it's not there. And I squeeze again, still not there. And so literally I just put my feet down and dug my Indy Ridge full traction rubber-heeled shoes into the asphalt and finally drug to a stop. As I strung up beside her, you can see her look up and go, what the fuck? In the rearview mirror. That's why I zoomed up on it. And I went, and she waved back and was like, whatever. I didn't hit you. Notice
just
that.
Another day in Florida.
Witness me. Yeah, witness me.
So
yeah.
Our lovely sister Sid has joined us and not said anything yet.
She no video, no volume, but she's like she's making her presence.
She's just lurking.
This is grandstanding. This is making your presence known without doing anything. She's just like, I'm here, watch me, but you can't make me do anything.
She's teasing right now.
That's a strong arm.
Sorry, guys.
I like it.
All right, say that again, Sid.
I had a sneezing fit. I had to mute it.
Oh, because she has new fur in the house.
Yes.
No,
I was no.
No, I'm just cleaning my room. It's just dusty.
Okay.
So that's why you don't want to turn the camera on. You're afraid of us seeing the room.
Oh yeah, no one's allowed to. Y'all can't see it.
No one gets in the room.
Yeah.
She's mixing a drink. Didn't point out Julie Smith and Sprinkle Cycles both stepped in while we were having our craziness. But hey there. Thanks for coming in. You guys got any questions for us or got your own little comments? Throw them down in the mix. I'd love to see them.
Oh, really quick, shout out to Little Debbie's cream pies.
Yes.
Shouts out.
Shout out.
Yes, absolutely. I bring them to work every once in a while just for that reason because they're a perfect blend of fiber, sugar, and straight freaking syrup. Love it. On that note, what's your favorite snack to get when you're on the road to keep you going?
Well, that's a good question.
What
I
you
like
got?
honestly, I drink a lot of Pedialyte and Gatorlyte or whatever it's called, and also Rain energy drinks. I don't know.
I've never heard of rain like the crown rain. I was thinking rain like.
Speaking of rain,
I've never
I feel
seen
like
it.
we're about to get rained down on with Indy Ridge presence.
Rain
Any
is
minute.
like
Any moment.
Are we?
the rain drinks are like a light pre-workout drink.
Well, let's see.
Where's Steve?
I can feel it. It's like sensing when the rain's gonna come.
Somebody messaged him. I left my. I would go and text him on our little company line. But,
The smoke signals are sent. We're fine. We got you
okay,
covered.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I can't do it on here because as we've learned from last time, whatever I do on my computer also goes straight to YouTube. So
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Let's not do that. Toxicarius, step in. Yes, he is. All right. So, Aaron, what's your favorite snack? We know your favorite drink. What's your favorite snack to get on the road while you're trying to stay moving?
If I got two things. If I'm wanting something sugary and sweet to give me some sugar and just like get that immediate burst of energy, if I can find them at the gas station, I love me some peach rings. If I can't find peach rings, I'm just gonna get a Twix bar.
Twix. Yes. Totally agree. Twix bars or Nutty Buddies.
Oh, I love
Now-
Nutty Buddy.
If
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Good
feel
choice.
like I need a lot of energy immediately, like I don't need like something sweet to get sugar and get me up, but if I just want something more for like one of my hydration stops where I'm trying to make sure I get more water in me, I'll either get I'll get like a little bag of pretzels, something salty and crunchy.
I'd like to point out, so Julie Smith's in the chat, we have rained down our and her Discord like a plague.
Yeah, when I entered, I'm like, this is the premiere chat. Like, this is everybody that hangs out in the premiere chat now has invaded her Discord. I love it.
So it kind of went like this. She's talking to me. She says, "Hey, I'm kind of thinking about, I want to get, put my." I think she was asking Josh, "Is it okay if I put my Discord link up here, or people come to my Discord?" And hey, I'll just spread it. I said, I'll just put it on mine, and I went ahead and put it on there. And I looked back up a couple minutes later, and she's like, "No, I'm not ready yet. I really don't have it set up the way I want it." So I'm like, "Too late. People are coming," and people start just dropping in like dead dogs from the sky. And it's like, "Well, everybody's here now. Let's party."
Speaking
Right.
of everyone being here, we notice some royalty just joined us.
Hey, Steve. So what's going on?
Not much, guys. How you doing?
Not bad. Look at all these. Look at these shirts. Look at this.
Yeah. Rep your set.
I
Steve.
I need more than a photo of a guy with a beard and a bear hat. Like, give me more. Like, I can have it illustrated because I have an illustrator who's actually working on Sid's work or Sid's design. Just kind of cleaning up a little bit. So I can make it work. I just give me a second because that's like it's a photo of a guy with a bear head and the beard, and
I
it's
approve.
like. Also,
This sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I was also doing some testing on. I don't love the way that the plastisol felt on the t-shirt, so I've been experimenting with a water-based ink, and so this is just like this is just an experiment.
That looks like a familiar motorcycle.
Yeah. No. I actually like this is like something that I had from a long time ago, but so I'm playing around with now that I know I can do water based on a poly cotton blend, now I'm just thinking of what kind of t-shirt designs does Indie Ridge want to make, and I don't, you know. So I'm working on them, and they'll probably be out in 5 years.
I was gonna say, and also, I think we got the question multiple times of, you piqued some interest, I would say, at Camp Out of people that were like, "Oh, hey, like that's pretty cool that he did that for you. Like, how do I get on all that?" And I know one person in particular has already reached out, so I hope that you continue to get really cool art. Kenny Quest.
I don't know if he emailed me. Like he said, he was sitting on some art.
Yeah. So that art is made by the same artist that has done stuff for Josh and Shay. So I have not seen it, but I imagine that's probably really cool design.
Well, I actually bought the FA shirt off of the site.
Mm-hmm.
They use like 4 colors on the front and like 8 colors on the back.
Yeah.
And that's expensive. It's really expensive.
That's why the shirt costs that much. Yeah, it was a pretty expensive shirt.
No. Yeah. The actual T-shirt, the Gildan shirt, those are about $2.
I meant the artwork.
The artwork is, I don't know how much they charge. So, like, ideally, you want to go with one color, a couple colors. And if you're going to go a couple colors, maybe it turned out that he got a deal from whoever. And they're just kind of, doing this for charity, because it's for charity.
I believe it's a guy who used to. What is he? He was a motocross guy, a famous motocross guy, and Lee Stewart, and he started his own printing business. Because Lee Stewart used to do a lot of real cool helmets. I don't know if you guys remember from like the early 2000s. Lee Stewart Designs did a lot of helmets and stuff. And I guess he branched into stickers and shirts and all that stuff.
Yeah. So
I kind of knew the guy.
Well, I mean, like I wanted the shirts to actually feel good when they were wearing them. When you're wearing it,
I think you nailed that.
Yes.
Yeah, they feel really nice.
100%. 100% comments. These shirts are absolutely cool. Everyone said that.
Especially the Guatemalan blue.
I love when you said that. I think I'm actually going to use that when I put them on the site. I'm going to call it Guatemalan black.
Yeah.
And then I'll explain. It's a very, very dark navy. But I did just reorder fucking more 6,000 yards because why not? It's only $50,000 or whatever.
God.
Holy shit.
That's only money.
But yeah, it's like it doesn't really exist. So it's. But I'm getting a true black because this was supposed to be true black. But I'm add some other colors too. Like I know we like to wear like white, black, and like grays, but I've been looking at a few things and I don't know. I can't just have white, black, and gray on the site.
I would like a red shirt just for Fridays, for Red Shirt Friday. So
I want like a deep burgundy like my truck. I have a 2004 fucking Ranger, and it's the prettiest truck I've ever seen.
I personally, I've become a fan of pink shirts, so
I'm probably not doing salmon colored.
no salmon.
But they're like, at first I was like, no, like everybody's only gonna want like black, white, gray, and I'm like, maybe not. And I can split it up into as many colors as I want. I just the amount of yardage that you order from the mill has to be a certain amount. So I'm gonna try different things.
Hey, G-Ma, the Rainy Rider shirt's the only one that matters. Don't worry about the rest of them. Represent.
What?
G-Ma says she goes, I love my Rainy Rider shirt, but I need others. And I'm like, no, you don't. You got all you need.
Well, oh shit, I still have to send Goon his. I haven't sent it yet. Yeah. So I'm glad I got the t-shirts nailed, but that took
I sent Goon the rest of his like leftover shirts from camp out today, so he will have shirts as of Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
Did
But
you
I have the
also
other half
send
of the
him
shirts.
all the ones
Yes,
we sent out
I
too?
did, motherfucker. Of course I did. No, I was gonna send those in 2 different shipments. Yeah,
Yeah,
of
dude,
course.
I don't know.
1 box, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you think. I don't know how that brain of yours works.
Wow. I'm a little loosey, a little juicy, but I still can put stuff together between like 8 to 5.
Yeah, I kind of want to redo yours, Juice.
I'm interested in your thoughts on that because what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't like the plastisol and like the full color hit. I'm open to ideas because I think that this is kind of evolved. Like there's going to be my shirts in the t-shirt section, but it's going to be then like not autobiographical of the company, but like everybody you kind of helped me out along the way and kind of supported it on the way. And like, it's like, here's how I met them and here's how they, like what they said or what they did was really a big deal. Keeps you going when you want to quit. And so there's going to be a lot of people who are on that list. And what's nice about that is I'm not locked into a specific style of art, because a lot of companies, they've got one style of art and it's like, it's not for everybody. But like, I'm going to make shirts for Highway 66 choppers down the street. Their logo it's got nothing to do with this. It's like that, kind of Gothic font, Highway 66 choppers. But it allows me to do different kinds of art and do crazy things, but it's okay because it's for other people, and then I'll do whatever I want on mine. But you guys just got the blanks. You guys didn't get the hang tag or the little. There's me a little red woven patch that just says IR and kind of a twill. It's cool. So
People did notice the taping though. I will there were like the little details even on these shirts, like they do stick out.
I don't do things on accident.
It was very cool. The white with the red stitching looked just like, I don't know.
I was surprised that a white shirt could look cool.
Yeah.
It's the regular white shirt. I was like this is actually a pretty good looking shirt. And it's just a white shirt.
Yeah, you give it a very distinct look.
I think all the shirts I got were white, excluding Goon Squad because it was only black and gray for options.
Wait, how many? No. I have a matrix of everybody's. I didn't.
Aaron, do you mean like you only took other people's white shirts, or you?
So like, for mine, I took a white.
Oh, you're the ones you took.
White.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones I took were white.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, I sent you all three colors.
Because mine of yours is gray. So.
Yeah. Oh, so I probably could have worded that better. Yeah. The shirt collars I chose for myself were all of the white shirts.
Got it.
Because I thought they looked nice.
The white ones look, it's very distinct.
I was very happy with the way yours turned out, by the way.
I do like to point
I
out.
was stoked.
The day I was wearing Aaron's shirt, someone thought I was nothing at random. And they said, I thought you had more hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not wrong.
But to Aaron's credit, that's actually someone who knows who Aaron is and don't know who I am.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
It was
Because, once you see this bald head, you know it. So it's someone who does not watch my channel but watches yours.
I guess it was weird at one point because I think it felt like everyone that was wearing my shirt all wore them on the same day.
Same thing with mine, yeah.
And I was looking around like, these guys didn't plan that. It just happened. I'm looking around, I'm like, oh man, it's weird. I see my face everywhere. I'm like,
When I was recording Saturday, it was like that. Everybody that I was talking to was in my shirt. I'm like, and I didn't notice it until I started editing. And I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh no, I noticed in the meeting, like, oh god, it looks like so many people wearing my shirt. Like,
Oh, you
Yeah,
should
no,
have comments at the table that when you were away, Aaron, about how people liked your design. We're like, don't tell them that in person.
Yeah,
What is
don't
he
tell
doing?
that.
It was me. It was me saying that.
You
I'm
mean
like,
while I was
do not,
running
do
around?
not inflate him like
Oh
that.
no,
You
Juice, even when you weren't there, we were saying that to people when they're like, "Oh, I like this face. It looks really cool." Don't tell him that. His
So-
ego is already inflated
I
enough.
was like, yeah, he doesn't really look like that in person. He's much kinder looking. Yeah, he's not that
So-
guy.
While I was making sure drinks were good, helping cook food, picking up trash, running around, helping the property keep everything going, you guys are all sitting at the table. You're like, yeah, don't tell him his shirt's cool. Don't tell him his icon for his stickers and stuff's cool. Just be like, it's okay.
It's fine.
It was
Mediocre.
cool. I can do a better job on
I love
everybody's
it.
shirt. I can
Hey,
do
T-Bone.
better. So
I mean,
I'm
Steve,
gonna-
you surprised me with the fact that you got mine to work and you got it on a shirt. I wasn't expecting that, so that was a very pleasant surprise, and I was stoked about it.
yeah.
You almost didn't because you like to keep secrets.
Yeah, that would have been stupid if you had
Well-
not told me.
I mean, a couple of days before you both, contacted me about the shirts and stuff, a few days before that, I got the, so why do you want a week off? And I'm like, for the charity thing. And they're like, oh, we just thought you wanted a week off to take a trip. I'm like, I mean, it is a trip, but it's the trip for the charity. And my supervisor's like, oh, no, that's okay. You can have the time off. I'm
It's the ultimate trip.
like, motherfucker.
Yes to all the above.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get to everybody's. Well, I'm gonna try to get to everybody's as many people as I can, because having a big list of, I don't know. I mean, I send a lot of traffic to my site anyway. A lot of people come to my site, and they're gonna look for teas, and they're gonna scroll through the Indie Reach for the People. I mean, mine are gonna say Indie Reach for the People too, because I had to come up with the heat transfer logo like that. And so I was like, well, I'll make everybody else's shirts first. But I like it. I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to make them better.
So, Steve, the shirt you got on, is that going to be on the site too? You got to make more of those shirts?
I don't know.
Looks cool.
I like it. There's a...
It's very 20s and 30s flat track themed lettering. It is kind of cool.
There's that one, which is pretty cool. And then there's a gray one that's pretty cool. But it's also kind of what everybody else does. They do the that style of artwork and the kind of the font and that curve. It's like a very it's an in style of t-shirt design. So I feel like everybody who has a motorcycle brand or like a lifestyle brand with t-shirts and stickers and shit, I can name names if you want. But it's like everybody else is doing it. Like I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. It's stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, fuck those guys. I'm gonna do what I want. So I might do it. I might do a couple designs. I might just do blanks with like the red. Okay, so there's like a red patch. It's like an end folded patch that just has my IR logo on it. And I might just have those because they're cool. Like when when I go through my wash now and I thumb through my t-shirts, I always search for a blank. Like I don't even wear my cotton t-shirts anymore. So
They're very cool. Bleak Rise just stepped in. Hey, Bleak. Haven't seen you in a while, man. You need to make one of these meetups. Miss seeing you.
what's up, Bleak? How you doing, man?
Weak, miss you, buddy.
Yeah. So is Sid here?
She is here. She's sneaking. She's got a new cat and don't want us to see it, so she's keeping her camera off.
She has a new cat. She doesn't want anyone else to see it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly a cat.
We haven't seen it.
Is it like an illegal cat? Is it like a tiger?
Oh,
It
That'd be cool.
I didn't ask. I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it might be in one of those big savannas.
Oh,
She's
but yes, I don't have a cat yet. I'm getting it next week.
So I have a feeling that she went on her way back this time when she camped out. That thing tried to attack her again. And when she said she brought a cat home, she actually killed a bobcat and had it stuffed.
Which is,
And it's in her bedroom.
yeah, and it was taped to the fairing the entire ride.
Actually, I could believe that. You've seen her pull that knife. I could believe it.
I can see her wearing a cat skin as like a headdress on the fucking bike. That would make sense.
That would go so good with that beard that she wore at the camp out. It really would.
God, yeah.
Yes.
I actually had to look at her twice to figure out that was her. I had to look, and I was like, who is that? Who is that short dwarf over there? What? Oh, shit, it's Sid.
Oh, that was hilarious.
While I'm thinking of it, Sid, there are several Duluth Trading Company stores in Ohio.
Yeah.
I can only get so hard.
The first thing we did when we got into Florida, after we left the hotel, on our last little leg of the trip to get there, was she's like, "We're going to Jacksonville to stop at the Duluth Trading Company." Like, okay.
Yeah, we go to the one in Polaris all the time.
I just wear my jeans. And these very, very comfortable Kevlar lined hoodies.
Oh, whoa.
Rub it in.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we get in those,
Rub it in.
it's getting cold here.
I
in
would
Ohio.
love to test that.
It would be perfect time to test the fit.
Look at all these seagulls flying to the French fry.
Well, okay, well, so hang on. I'll show you what actually is coming. Like this one, I like, but I don't like the manufacturer anymore. He did something and I don't like it. So I switched to a different manufacturer. So after all that, about a year worth of work and getting it to where I want it to be, I just sent that hoodie to a different manufacturer who does all apparel and does like a lot of like RSD, TCX, like big brands. I happen to know the CEO, and so I'm gonna have him do it because I trust him more. But I also trust my boot guys really, really well. I love them. So this is one that is coming, and but I only ordered 50 because they're mostly for you guys. So those are coming pretty soon. I want to know how you like them, how they feel. But hang on, you guys talk amongst yourself.
Yeah.
So, hey, everybody, what's up?
So, speaking of things that are coming, and I don't think this is what he's talking about, but he teased us with the boots that he's been talking about in some of the after show little bits. So, you in the audience, check out his Instagram, see the teaser, and take your guesses on what the boot is trying to reference. I bet you won't get it.
Oh, I understood it as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, once you see the call sign, you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is an acid wash hoodie. It looks like just a regular black hoodie, but it's ultra comfortable. Has Kevlar, has a waterproof pocket, and I said no to probably 8 versions before I said yes. And I ordered 50 because I wanted to make sure that they could make 50 of the same, because it's an acid wash and it's like it's difficult to keep consistency. But I think you guys are gonna like them a lot.
Hell yeah.
And this doesn't have any of the branding on it, so it'll be cool. But then, I only got 50 because I knew I was gonna give away like half of them. But the next run will be.
Seems familiar.
But the next order, if they can do 50, then they can do 1,000. So
consistent.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, they're comfortable. Like I wear this one or I wear that jacket, just because I like them and they're comfortable, and my shirts.
The most comfortable hoodie I ever got was from a Victory, and it was hugely thick and it had a double buttoned collar. It was a zip up. It had a double button collar to actually seal the neck, and it was nice and big and heavy and thick. And it's the only hoodie I've ever got like that. And there was no marker. The only it was a proprietized label, so you can't tell who made it. It was labeled Victory on the inside. That was the only label it had. So I have no idea who even made it.
And that's kind of the thing that I think I'm going for in general is like on the upcoming special edition box. I don't think I have an Indie Rich logo on the outside. There's definitely not one on the boot. Oh, and the cool thing about the boot, if you guys know anything about the actual plane itself, it has this giant white cross on the bottom of it. So, because that's how they used to track speed as they were filming. So it's like, all right, you see the cross in the sky, film it. That's how, you're going Mach 3. So this is, the boot that he says, understand, ejecting. And it's a matte black, but on the bottom, I'm going to get some putty from like wherever, like craft score and something like this. And I'm going to step into it, let it dry, cut out a white cross, and then spray paint it. So every shoe is going to have this big white cross. And you think, well, why wouldn't you just tape it off? Well, because when you tape it off, that spray paint is gonna leak into these ridges. I want it to be a perfect white cross. So I'm gonna make a mold for a 9.5 and a 10 and 10.5 and 11. It's gonna be fucking sick.
I wouldn't expect anything less from you. That's excellent.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna make it a special edition. Like
they don't have two boots I can't wear.
Yeah, they're not gonna be $400.
But still, that's not a boot I would actually wear. That's a boot I'd put on a freaking shelf, one facing here and one with the sole facing up, because that would be absolutely too sick.
Yeah, and then you guys get. Have I showed you guys this?
Probably not.
Have I told any of you guys about this? How many people do we actually have watching?
It depends on what you're about to say, but yeah.
Got 19 people watching, plus us.
Okay, all right, and then I'll just show it to you. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay. Da-da-da. Wait, drum roll. It's in the safe. Hang on. I got a drum roll here.
I like Sid's actually. We can go with that.
Yeah.
This is what steel looks like when it hits the ground doing Mach 3.
Yeah. You showed us this.
That's
so
awesome.
sick.
This is the fuel line that caused a crash. This is a piece of fuselage. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Airframe. It's airframe.
Can you identify these? Can you identify these parts?
Yeah, that looks like a piece of airframe.
Like,
yeah.
Because I texted Fighter Pilot Podcast, who's he's got 100,000 subscribers. He interviews Fighter Pilot, and he was an instructor at Top Gun. Like, he knows the shit. So I have all this shit, Mike. You're about to get a ton of pictures of like, tell me what the fuck this is. Tell me what the fuck this is, because I don't know. I
can tell that's airframe from how it's folded. That's actually the reinforcement, probably from the wings or from the panels. But that's actually the gussets inside the frame of the airplane to make it stronger.
So what is okay? So this is like really cool coloring. I don't know if it's coming through, but it's thin, and it's a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a piece of the skin. You can tell that's where the rivets were into the airframe. That's a piece of the skin.
This is why.
It's good to keep Rainy around.
Yeah.
And I have booze every once in a while.
This is part of the reason Rainey's on payroll.
He's
He
actually
has
not.
information.
I was gonna say,
He's just a pro bono.
I work for free. Yeah, I work for free.
I tried to pay him. I was like, hey, like this is how much I'll do per hour. He's like, yeah, I'll do pro bono. But that's how
Send me shit.
that's how you
that's
get
how,
me.
that's how we all got boots.
Yeah, exactly. like the only reason he is your conduit to everything that's indie Rick. So
That's true.
and his mission in life is to do things for other people. After after he's lived a very interesting life, and he told me this to help other people do things for other people. So I'm paying it forward to everybody. Everybody who needs
Cheers to
it
Rainy.
wants it. Cheers to Rainy.
Cheers to
Thanks,
Rainy.
Love you
guys.
guys.
Also,
Yeah, I missed you.
Steve, I don't know if Rainey told you, but the shirts that you made and gave us that we decided to sell and all the money we made from them, we donated back to FA.
I know.
Did he tell you how much we got off that?
I think like 1,500.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Cindy loved it.
Awesome.
That's right.
Cindy loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved handing her a wad of cash, and
I know you were shaking. You were shaking.
I was like, "Here you go."
Cindy, look what we got.
See, I had handed her a little bit of cash, I think a day or two before, from where somebody that had bought shirts early on before we put them all out on the table had given me cash the next morning. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with this. Because before
Well,
we
I
had the
th-
cash box. So
I
when
mean-
I saw Cindy, I'm just like, here.
And that was Rainey's. Like that's what he told me he was doing with his money, and I think kind of led the rest of you guys to do the same thing. You guys could have kept it all. Like
Yeah, but
I didn't mean to pressure
they were for
anybody,
you.
but
I
yeah,
would have felt like a real scumbag. Like,
no,
what kind
they
of
were
scu-
for you.
I know, but like
but look what we
I
did.
also I very quickly adopted to this idea though. I'm like, I didn't pay anything for him, so I guess like what right do I have? I get brand recognition, so that has like some sort of value to it. So I was like, this plan rocks, and we raised money.
And
That was cool.
and that's why I kind of want to redo yours again. Not because I don't like the logo, but I think I could have done a better placements and maybe new design. I don't know.
Mine were
Good
perfect.
ideas.
Yeah, mine were
Yeah.
perfect. I love mine.
Yeah, yours actually. Me and Grant, who is my screen printer, he just lives up the street, and he's the nicest, coolest guy in the world. We were up till probably midnight working on yours because you can't put the same logo for yours initially. You couldn't put it on a black shirt and a white, or I'm sorry, Guatemalan black shirt and a white shirt because it didn't work. The skull turned black. So I had to go in and redo your entire logo.
I appreciate it.
So, thank God I know how to do Adobe Illustrator. But right now, an artist, a much better artist than I am, is working on Sids. So, it should be cool. And Mad Yankee, give me more than a photo. Or that photo is good, and I'll just say, hey, give me a line drawing of this, and that'll be it.
Whatever you need, man.
Mhm.
Well, I could go off that photo. It's just, it's going to be up to interpretation for the artist, but I can't draw that. So it'll be a fun one. Do you want it on the front and the back?
Dealer's choice, I guess.
Wherever looks best.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. I mean,
I'm
just-
fascinated by the idea of an interpretation, actually. But
What do you mean?
I
Oh,
don't know. I mean, I can give you 100 photos, but what somebody else might take from a single photo and picture and what they might interpret from that, I'm curious to know.
Well, I mean, I would probably go through artists that I like their style, and I think would do a good job of it.
Mhm.
And then I would, hire them to do it,
Mhm.
and then I would then make it, and then I'd probably make some of my own tweaks, just so I got your face right,
Mhm.
Because it's got to be recognizable through a line drawing, which is sort of difficult, but.
Oh, whatever material you need to work with, you can send me a text or an email or something, and when I'm sober, I can get it over to you.
Okay, so like there's like an hour time slot during the day then. All right.
Good things take time. I don't care if it takes 10 years,
No. Like it's like I had my fucking kidney stone. I don't know if you guys got that email.
I did.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
remember that.
It was the best.
And, well, so I'm doing a follow up because we usually hold a Black Monday sale, which is the Monday before Thanksgiving. But I have to have surgery next Thursday, so they're gonna go. They evidently this little evil pine cone has a twin brother still up in my kidney, so they're gonna go in and then get them both out, and so I'll be MIA for I don't know 5 days or so.
Jeez, man.
But I'm gonna schedule emails to go out, and I'm basically gonna be like, probably the subject of the email is gonna be like, I'm dying. Here's 50% off or something like that, and then it'll be like, all right, okay, I'm not dying, but I'm going to surgery. On the off chance I do, here's take everything, and Godspeed, love you all. It's gonna be basically a series of goodbye emails. But I'll make them funny.
That's just wrong.
I'll make it funny, like so
Yeah.
it's not going to be it's not going to be morbid.
I still have one, and I told them they couldn't have it. I said, I went in for pain, and they said, well, you got a kidney stone. I said, oh, is that where my pain's coming from? No. Well, you can't have it. Is it causing any problems? No. Okay, fine. No, don't. You can't have it. Like, well, it'll be quick. We'll just be in there and be out in a couple hours. And I'm like, no.
Wait, what?
I have a kidney stone too, and it wasn't giving me any pain. I actually went in for pain, and they told me the pain was coming from somewhere else, but they still wanted to do the operation. And I said, no. I said, if it's not causing pain, they're like, well, it's too big to dislodge. And I was like, great, it'll stay. Big deal. I've seen, and we've always seen those pictures of the people overseas that literally look like their kidneys are full of freaking D&D dice. There's so many kidney stones now rubbed together so they literally make pyramids inside their kidneys. So I think I can stand. You've never seen that, Aaron? You look them up.
I don't want to look that up.
Look them up because they're actually pretty cool. Yeah,
terrible.
I saw one.
Pretty cool, he says.
Yeah, they actually had to go in.
What was it? Pyramid of Death. Okay, all right.
Pyramid kidney stones. Yeah, they did a autopsy, and the dude literally had like 2 pounds of kidney stones. A bunch of little pyramids.
Yeah, that's why you want it, because they grow. That's the thing, is that so I had this kidney stone since 2016. It was 4.5 millimeters, wasn't causing any problems. And I decided to say, hey, now I feel like going down and making the journey to Mordor. And I was like, fucking 7 years later. But initially it was like a couple of millimeters. Then it turned to 6.5. So I say no, but Jesus Christ. I try to,
If it gets bad, I'll obviously let them do work. But I couldn't get over the way they were describing they were going to do it. And I said, I'll pass for now. Thanks anyway. Literally, so right after the prostate exams, when he tells me, oh, not only did I just go up on your ass, now we're going to go in with a freaking tube and into your pee-pee. And I was like, you know what? No. Let me think about this.
I didn't know about the ass part. I don't think your ass leads to your kidney, but that could be a hunch.
Oh,
so that might have been the doctor been like,
Yeah, they were
Well,
looking.
down there, I mean, you know.
Well, they were looking for
like
pain. So,
colonoscopy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. They were like, well, so we're looking for pain. We'll check your prostate. We'll
Like
check.
for pain, like,
I'm like,
but my
no.
shoulder hurts. Well, let's start at the ass.
Let's start at your asshole.
We'll start at the ass.
Well, at
and
that
we'll-
point,
and we'll just go up, and we'll do deductive logic from there.
well, and see,
That's how it's done. They put your hand
that's-
on your shoulder and start at your ass.
well, that's where I stopped him because he said, because once he was like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's not in your prostate, it's not in your bladder, it's not in your kidneys, it's somewhere up, you know, in your side, but we're gonna go ahead and do this thing through your pee-pee. And I'm like, nope, see, now you're going the wrong direction. Stop where you are.
So I have a stent. It's not in my pee-pee. It's just a.
He said,
it's just a-
I have kids.
um,
I say gotta go potty too. So.
it's the tube that connects your kidney to your bladder.
The ureter.
That, yeah. So it's opened up so I can actually not be writhing around on the floor in pain, and I can actually pee and that kind of stuff. But they have to remove that stent and put in, let's just say, a longer stent.
Right on. Hey, Juice, can you send Chasing Ghost a link to the Discord?
I sure can. Or to this chat.
Yeah. Anything I do on my computer also goes to everyone else, so I don't want to like fish around.
No, I got you.
Hey, 9 mils.
Hey,
How you doing, Matt?
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yes,
here.
yes, Matt. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fine. It's I was actually chatting with Gma. It's like a switch was flipped. Kind of
Good.
weird.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you scared us all, man. Now that we're not there anymore, we can talk about it. Yeah, you scared the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
Luckily, you sent the right person to go find me because the girl just
Yeah,
waddles
and-
over. She's like, "Hey, I don't know who it was. You're Rainy Ryder, right? Some guy wants you." And I'm like, "Oh, who
Yeah.
wants me?" There's some guy in a military shirt. I'm not sure, but he really wants you really bad. He really wants me to bring you to him
she
right
came
now.
over.
And I'm like, "What?"
She came over into our campsite looking for you, and she's like, "I need Rainy Rider." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I need Rainy Rider." Okay, why? Some guy in an army green shirt says he wants to talk to Rainy. I'm like, who? And she's
I was
"Some
like-
guy-"
Yeah, I was
And
like,
she-
"Okay."
Why are you asking them so many questions if they need to talk to them? They're like,
Well, I was like,
I don't
okay,
know who
somebody
this
wants to
was.
meet me. Somebody wants to meet me. Somebody wants to, get to know me or something. And then as soon as I started walking that way and seeing Matt limping around over by his van, I was like, oh shit. And
Yeah.
ran over. Yeah.
Also, by the way, speaking of that van, did you guys all know that Matt got rid of his truck and got this really cool van to camp in?
Cool man. Yeah.
Bitchin'
It's a creeper van.
that's a pimp
Complete
It's
van.
bag
not
of
a creeper van.
It's cool
No.
to me.
That's a pimping van.
Complete with. I tell you, that's what I was putting. Y'all were talking about getting sleep because I used to drive straight through to 23 hours of what I'd usually take me
Ooh,
because I didn't want to stop for fear of somebody taking something on the back of my truck.
I had that
And,
thought as well.
Now with that van though, I like I said, I drove until I got tired and stopped, crawled in the back, went to sleep, kind of thing. So, yep.
I can't find an
Yeah.
actual picture
So
of
all
Jones.
those in the chat there that don't know, I can't see the chat. It won't come up on my thing for some reason. But I had a little sugar issue while I was there and had to ask for help. And
Like
Rainy Rider, Aaron, and
hypoglycemia or something.
easy adventures.
Well, he's diabetic and his sugar crashed. And again,
Or G-Mom.
another one of those times where it's good to have Rainy Rider around. And this time
Yeah.
also Gma, because once you started diving more, it was like, I need real professional help now, not the amateur variety. So luckily, yeah, Gma was not very far away.
yeah, she's in the kitchen. You're like, go get Gma. Tell her she needs to be back here. I'm like, gotcha.
Yep,
No.
there are some times when you need
That's-
more experience than what I have.
Oh,
So.
and the lady that ran, because like I said, he said, I don't know who that was. I just walked up there, put my arm around her, and told her I need Rainy Rider, and she took off like Usain Bolt, gone. I mean, wow.
You picked the right
yeah.
girl, yeah.
Yeah, and
Was
but
she-
yeah. After everybody just about had left on Sunday, towards Sunday afternoon, her and her husband came up to me, and I got to talk to her again.
Cool.
That's awesome.
I need to make a shirt where it's just like the bat signal, but it's Rainy Rider's logo.
Oh, think of the shirt. Hey, anything on my shirt?
I like it.
Steve, anything? Like that?
Yeah, no, I'm getting to everybody's. Like
Okay.
it's
All right.
I had
No, I want
to.
it now. I want it now.
By March, by the next camp out, you have.
Everybody does, but it's but I got yours, and I'm
Cool.
and they will be made. I going as fast as I can, and I've also got the other 99% of the business to think about.
Yeah, do that first.
Mhm.
I tell you what, though, this camp out, man, there was a lot more people than that was
But it
pretty
went,
much max capacity.
But it went so smooth though. Everything was so
Yeah.
smooth. Well, because they got rid of a lot of the clutter. They
Yeah.
cleaned out the Yingling hut, got all the big old overstuffed, stinky, moldy chairs out of there. They had
Mhm.
more showers this time, and it actually, even though somebody stopped up one of the toilets. Another thing that they call Rainy Rider for, what the shit, and Aaron and Sydney. Sydney, thank you very much for helping me, at least trying.
Yeah.
And I will say,
Oh, yeah, the toilet.
yeah. Jake tried. God bless his poor dreadlocked soul. But he tried to help me, and he's like, "Rainy, I can't do this." Ooh. I was like, "It's fine, dude. I got it. Yeah, okay, out of the way."
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that after that, when we locked the door, I think that stayed off limits the rest of the event, as it should. Because that's not the first time that place has been flooded, like that specific facility. And
well, I think that's why they went ahead and took the tape off of the shower toilets.
They weren't supposed to do that.
So
they were not supposed to. I found out the next day. A couple of days later, I went back, was hanging out with David, and the showers were donated. The shower part of it was donated, and they taped up the toilets because it would have, it would have cost money. And sure enough, it cost $1,200 because,
Well, you can't unshit, so.
Next time we'll have to duct tape them, not just wrap them in caution tape.
Oh, so the mobile shower unit that was dropped in also had toilets, and the toilets were taped off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I went down the road to the Planet Fitness every day.
Yeah,
But I
you're too
showered
good
in
for
the
the portable
Listen.
showers and shitters.
I got a power
I had to go to
washer
the Planet
pressure.
Fitness. I'm
Listen.
Aaron.
The
How
shower
far down
had
the road?
about 15-20 minutes, depending on traffic.
Oh,
But hot water, as long as I wanted. The pressure was like a power washer, so I know I was getting clean. And it was always like
You also
empty
need a
in the
solvent
morning.
of some kind.
The showers
Oh, yeah,
there
no, I had soap
were
and
kind of
stuff.
weird. Yeah, the showers there
Aaron,
were
you're
kinda
starting
weird.
to sound like a princess.
Yep.
yeah. I gotta admit, it was great that the shower, the extra shower, but boy, it was like getting dressed inside of a telephone booth or something. I mean, it was tight fitting in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why you just come out with your shirt off and your
That's
skipper.
Princess Nar to you, Annette.
I would say other things if this wasn't on YouTube right now.
I'm sure you would.
I can't even judge Aaron because I went with him every day.
Yeah, but you're a queen. That's different.
She's a real queen, so yeah.
Yeah. So it's just Annette pick on Little Brother Day.
I
Which
was
is every
gonna
day.
say no. Aaron's more of a queen than Sid. Yeah. Yeah.
Sid's more like a.
Sid's a
Cersei.
freaking bro. Aaron's a queen.
You're just mad because we both have white bikes and mine runs.
So I'm still trying to figure out how I got these.
What are they?
Second place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
for
barrel
the slow
push
races or something.
and the
Yeah.
slow race. I'm like, but I guess I don't know.
I thought the scooter guy won one of those things or something like that, wasn't it?
Well, it doesn't matter. He has the trophies now, and possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you live in Texas. It's like the come and take it state or something like that. Or is that Oklahoma? But like,
Malone Labe.
isn't that a saying for one of the states? I'm pretty sure it's Texas. That fits.
yeah, that's Texas.
That sounds about right.
I've heard that
Texas, where
phrase.
every truck has a sticker that says Malone Labe.
That's perfect.
It's Melon
I've heard
Lave.
That happened in Golade, Texas, I believe it was. I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead.
Golade, yeah, where they had the big cannon and the Mexicans wanted it, and they said, "Well, come and take it." So that's where that come from. Come and take it.
So, what
I'll
were
be
you
right
trying to
back.
say,
I'm getting
Steve?
beer.
No, I've heard the phrase, and everybody has, the 9/10 of the law thing. Is there any legitimacy to that?
Yes.
Or is it just a thing that we always say?
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Yes. Because
What does that even mean? Like, do
It
we
means
like have a law that we split into 10 parts?
it basically
And nine of those
it
parts
basically
go-
comes down to if you have something and there's no written ownership, like a license or a lease or something, and if you have it, it's yours.
Okay, so what's the 1/10?
If there's something else like a written agreement or a lease or something.
So it just sounds like, I either have it or I illegally have someone else's shit.
Yep.
Whose law? Man's
So
law.
why? Yeah. So like,
I think it's actually biblical. I think it's actually like from old Bible law. But yeah, it's I've heard all my life, and I've heard it in courts before. It's like if someone has it and there's a dispute over it, and no, there's nothing written that says you can have it. Whoever has it, that's theirs. And that
Yeah,
usually
I think
comes up in
that's
divorce. Usually comes up in divorce cases. Once you leave with something, if you can get out of the house with it, it's yours.
Say it's that, and I know with like, I don't know if it's specific to Ohio, but with vehicles, cars, any type of vehicle, if it's not in your name, but you are the one who drives it, you are the one who pays for its maintenance, puts gas in it, you pay for the insurance. If you have enough like receipts and stuff to prove that you were the one that is putting money into the vehicle, even if it's not your name, you can take it to court and get it transferred over into your name.
that makes sense.
So I think that kind of goes along with the whole like possession is 9/10 of the law. If
You gotta have permission. You gotta have permission from the owner, even if you have insurance, all that stuff on it. And that could go from state to state. It depends on the state, probably. Yeah,
Might.
but I've tracked down people that live in Michigan. I've tracked down people here for them, and
Killed
busted
them.
Right. They're paying the insurance and everything else, but the owner of the car was in Michigan, kind of stuff.
Yeah, those darn Michigan people.
Yeah.
So
that ugly state up north. that looks like a
Chasing
glove.
Ghosts, I've sent you a link. Let me know if you can get the, it's the
Send
link
it
on
to her,
Discord. I've sent her a message on Discord, so check your Discord messages.
That's what I told her to do. I got nothing.
Well, I think I saw her put in chat that she was getting ready to drive or something.
She said she couldn't run the camera, but she could like get on and talk.
Ah.
So I think that's what she wanted to do.
Oh, also, isn't Riverside limited to like 9 people in a
I
call?
think it might be 10, but
Well, usually if someone's trying to get in, I get a message on chat that says someone's waiting in the lobby.
Okay.
So no one is waiting in the lobby at the moment.
I wonder why my chat is not working. That's weird.
I don't even like. Is it the chat's on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like
What the hell?
I kind of pretend that this isn't in the real world, and this is just us hanging out at the end of the week. Like that's what it
accurate.
is.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
It
it's
just so
accurate.
happens there's 16 people. Well, probably a few less than that because I'm also in it live
Hey,
chat, but
Juice,
there's
yeah,
at least 10 people.
Juice, emergency juice.
Yes.
Something just happened to my Discord, and it jumped, or my Riverside, it jumped the page, and I'm not sure.
I do see that.
I'm not sure what the hell
did
it
you-
just did.
Did you somehow grab the actual window and move it instead of it being full screen?
I think I have to open this again. Got it. Never mind. I got it. I figured it out. So yeah. So yeah. Now I have a message. That's what it was. Gmail, go ahead and try to log in, and I should get a message. And if there's too many people,
What happened?
it's back. It's back. Yeah. Ignore it. I've already
There we
fixed
go.
it. I've already fixed it.
All right, guys, my battery's almost dead, so I might have to leave you right here anyway. But I'll make a little room.
All right, man.
Well, it was good seeing you, Yankee.
Good seeing you,
seeing you
buddy.
guys.
Yeah. Missed you guys.
Missed you.
It's you too, Steve.
All right, Gmod, try to log in. Bri the biker just stepped in. It is Friday.
Yes, thanks.
Bry's here?
It's Friday.
Bri just came in. He's not here. He's in the
YouTube
chat.
He's in the YouTube stream.
Yeah, I just saw his shirts today. Looking very cool.
Yeah. Sent him his. They went out today. Finally, like I got a lot of people that are in the queue.
People.
No, just like friends of,
The peeps.
like friends of Cindy Rich and me. So it's like there's Bry's been there since fucking like day one.
Yep. He's
I
been
think
here
he was
longer
the
than me.
first person.
Wow.
I think
Okay.
he was the first person to ever do like a review on like the Golden Gloves, and at the time, I had never seen anything like that. It was just like someone's doing a review on something that I made. Like, why? And that was really important, and so I developed a pretty good relationship with Rye over the last, I don't even know how long. So.
Who's got music playing in the background?
No, it's
Down the wrong pipe.
Must be somebody from Texas. It sounds like Tex-Mex music.
Gma Rides is in the live stream room with me.
Who is that singing?
She went to the wrong thing, didn't she?
She's in the Discord. I just sent her the link to
Okay.
the Riverside. And she's using her phone.
It might be me. There's a party going on in the living room.
All right. So, Steve, we know you don't get much sleep. How do you function without sleep?
Don't have a choice. Like
There you go.
yeah. Let me disconnect. There's a link in Discord. But how do I function without sleep? I actually try to sleep as much as I can because it's hard to work 16-hour days if I don't get a good solid, 7 or 8. It's just not possible. Now the issue is eating. Like last week I burnt myself out incredibly hard. I was up till like 4 a.m. one night and 2 a.m. and you have to come to work the next day. I probably lost 10 pounds in a week, like pounds I needed too. Like I got down to like sophomore in high school weight. So I spent the weekend off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just not doing anything for the business. And I just ate a lot of pizza and I ate a lot of ice cream. So now I'm kind of like, all right, senior year of high school, but like, there's not a whole lot that you can do. You can't do it all. There's always going to be trade-offs.
Right on.
For me, like the most important thing is the business, because I don't have a plan B.
That was gangster cream corner. But it's the root. We also have more root. A little bit too loose.
Hi, Dwight.
What's up, kids?
Howdy.
No.
We're good for a wedding.
Okay, that's my answer.
Hi, Steve. Steve, go ahead, Steve.
No. It was you can't do it all. I'm not sure like in what context the question was asked originally.
So you do a lot of work. Literally every time I message you, you're working. If I email you, you're working. You're like up later than me. You're up earlier than me, except for maybe when I'm trying to get to work. But you still function, and you run a very successful, lucrative business.
Yeah, well, that's all relative.
And you drink a lot of water.
I have
Drink
to
a lot of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
For
original
for many
context
reasons.
was do bikers need sleep, and that's the title of the episode on YouTube today. That was how we started all this.
Yeah. The answer is yeah, you probably do need sleep, you know. It just in general is a, you know, kind of like a rule. I don't think like you can keep people up.
I used to miss a lot of sleep when I was in the Navy. My Navy days, I could literally live on like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And now, if I stop moving, I fall asleep.
I hear that a lot from people who've served, is that they're able to just
Turn it off. Yeah.
turn it off and go to bed.
Unless your mind is
I've
so
heard that
full
a
of
lot.
shit. Yeah. But even like,
Which my mind.
yeah, I'll be moving, grooving, sit down. I literally, I'll pick up my pad to like start playing like some kind of, you know, Candy Crush or something, or start reading, and I pass out.
It's Candy Crush. Don't pretend you're
Merge
reading.
Mansion. Or Merge Mansion.
None of us read. We're just
No, I read.
Angry Bird.
yeah.
Oh, I gave up on Angry Birds. Sorry, Dwight. What you going on today? You guys cooking for some wedding? I guess you said.
We got wedding in my.
Oh, really?
We went and bought corn. Bought too much corn. We have enough corn. That's all the cream corn we need. That base there plus.
You're getting a lot of feedback, Dwight.
Stone crabs in season.
No, it's a connection.
But this is what I don't
Quit moving.
last camp out. But and by the way, Juice, you did a good job on this pork butts. Okay.
He rubs good butt.
I fucked up a few of them. I know that, but
No, you there's no perfect pork butts. Okay, you're wrapping it. It all comes out in the end. I promise.
I mean it was delicious. I will agree with you on
I heard
that.
that about butts.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Y'all were being harsh on yourself the other day.
yeah.
You did a great job.
No.
Prep and sent.
Gima.
Oh, so I guess it goes up to 11. That's the recipe for a perfect podcast. Have 11 people.
Yeah, as long as I keep clicking past, people will keep coming in. So
Yeah.
Get everybody in the chat on the
And Jima, my efforts for half sizes for women on my list of things to do.
I'm getting a lot of
YouTube.
getting a lot of background noise from somebody.
Yeah,
Hi, Gma.
You gotta mute the YouTube page that you're listening to. No, turn down the YouTube. You're still watching the stream. You gotta turn that down or off.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I'm getting a lot of
Here, really.
a lot of background noise from somebody. Hi, Gma.
Not me.
It is you. I swear it's you,
It's
Gma.
you, Gma. Here, let me
It's not.
I can see the purple ring lighting up, and
Let me
nobody
do
else
it.
is talking.
let me do a test.
Oh yeah.
You just need to either mute the YouTube stream or turn off the video because you'll be able to hear what we're saying through Riverside.
Like 10 seconds later.
Yeah. All right. Hang on.
Real good. By the way, is the indie guy on who did all the t-shirts?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
he's
him
on.
in the middle.
For premium, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
And by the way, I want some t-shirts made.
I told you, everybody's like, I want some t-shirts now.
I want t-shirts that touch my butts or something like that.
I'm working on
Come touch my
as many
butt.
as I can. You know, there's a few people in line, and I want to do each one of them the best that I can. Like, I was gonna have Sid's done, but I was like, this is actually a really cool piece of art, and so and it's beyond my skill level of making it look like a really cool piece of art. And so I want to hire someone, which I have, to do what like a professional the artist would do, and then I'll take it back to Sid and see what she thinks, and we'll go from there. But I was like this is a pretty cool thing. I don't want to just like do like what you said to me. I want to make it really cool. I don't do it.
Oh, God. I'm really glad you like the design.
It was impressive from as far as I know, you're not like an illustrator.
No, I just like to doodle in my spare time. No one ever sees my doodles, but like, it's just a hobby.
No, I know, but like in terms of like proportions, I don't think I could have done it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Is Gma drunk?
Not yet.
She's getting there.
No one ever sees my doodles.
Hey, Gma, I think it is you because when I mute your box, that doesn't come through. I think the background noise is coming from you.
Okay, well, I'm going to go do laundry. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, okay?
Love you. Bye,
Love you
Gma.
too. Bye.
Hey, Sid, I have your shirt here, by the way.
Oh man, I have your shirt too. Well, your wife's shirt. I'm gonna.
Well,
Yeah,
possession
dude.
is 9 tenths of law. We discussed that today. So come and take it.
I'm writing a little letter. It's gonna be like Renaissance romantic.
Cuneiform. Write it in cuneiform.
Artsy kind of. But I got an incredible wedding. I just wanted to jump on and say hey, and then thanks for all the help at the camp out. And I hope everybody enjoyed the food there. But I am slammed right.
Amazing.
All right, Dwight. Dwight, thanks very much for what you do at the camp out. It is absolutely appreciated.
That's what I do. That's what I love to do. So
it's a labor of love. We love it.
Don't get in any trouble now. I'll need help with port butts next year. We may have to do.
Right.
Next year, I'll be awake for it.
Count me in.
I'll try to be there for it.
There you go. All right. Have a good night, kids.
See you, Dwight.
Later, Jeremiah.
See ya.
Here, Dwight.
So Sid, did I mishear? Did you say you were writing a Renaissance level of romantic poem to Dwight's wife? Are you trying to riz her up?
Yeah.
What is it with you and stealing guys' girls?
Really good at it.
She's just a ladies' lady. I mean,
Come quiet. Come
can
quiet.
you blame her?
It's
Listen,
not.
The girlfriend was over here hanging out with me the other night. We were watching a movie, and then she said something, and she's like, "Ooh, I wonder what Sid would think of this." I'm like, "You met her once."
Yeah.
Soon she'll be taking her on camping trips and cooking her food on those trips.
I knew I should have never let them met. It was all a terrible idea.
We're all gonna go to Babes Right Out. It's gonna be great.
Wasn't she practicing how to braid your hair so she could braid my hair when she saw me next?
That's exactly what was happening.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
No, I told you there's something about Sid where it's like I think I talked about this.
It's those shoulders.
She's my camper partner, so
It's her arms.
No,
Those arms.
It's the moment she takes off the hoodie and shows the tank top underneath that gets people's jaws to drop, and then we got to be like, "Hey, close the mouth." We're not going to say any names, but Randy knows who
I know.
talking about.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know who you're talking about.
We need to keep a steady supply of duct tape around to put jaws back up.
Pick your jaw off the floor.
Oh shit!
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we left Tara hanging here.
Yeah.
She joined in finally.
Hi, Tara.
So is it Tara or Tara?
Tara.
Tara. All right.
It's
Pleasure.
Chasing Ghost.
Chasing Ghost.
Chasing Ghosts. Yeah.
So I finally got you on here.
Right.
Do you want to explain what the Chasing Ghost is? Because I know it. I'm not sure if anybody else knows it. So and it's a beautiful story. So would you like to tell it? Chasing Ghost.
Oh.
Did we lose her?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I gotta get around somebody here.
Okay. Oh, she's driving. Yes.
She is.
I can hear you.
That's right.
Concentrate on the road. We don't want to pull you off the road.
Yeah, I've got really tight timelines. But the Chasing Ghost, if y'all can hear me, comes from
I was looking for my father for many, many years. He's a man that I only remember meeting once. That's before my mom remarried, and she was deciding whether or not to get back with him or marry my stepfather. In all honesty, I think both of those are bad decisions. But I finally found him in 2016, 3 months after he died. I found him through his obituary, and the man did heroin for, God, 40 years, since Vietnam. He's a Vietnam vet, and that's about the time fentanyl was really getting out and everything, and he got some that had that in it, and apparently that's what killed him. And I was basically thinking I'd been chasing a ghost, and that maybe we all are, and different ways. It can be this image that you thought, you knew somebody, and you keep kind of chasing that, and that's not who they are anymore. Something you thought somebody was, or the way you thought something was, and it just really isn't, so kind of in a way we're all chasing ghosts, and that's where it comes from.
So how long
kind
did
of
you
maybe
actually?
Harley and all that.
So how long did you actually spend actively trying to find him?
I started looking for him. We're talking pre-cell phone days, and I'd be stopped at a truck stop with a phone book in Pennsylvania, looking up everybody with his name and calling, and seeing if that was them. And back when the pay phones worked, and everybody had a calling card. And if any of y'all are truck drivers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even when cell phones, people started getting them, everybody had like $600-700 on their credit report, because they didn't understand you're a truck driver, roaming. And they say, oh, it's nationwide, but it's not nationwide anywhere you're going, so you call home, something like that. You didn't use that for work, because everybody had 1-800 numbers, Watts lines, that sort of thing. And I'm literally going through a phone book, and I'd stop off of 81 or off of wherever I was anytime I got in that area. And the internet, it existed, but I really wasn't online until probably about 2008, just because I never had a need for it. And I had my truck leased onto a company, Landstar at the time, and they required that you had internet service and all that, look up load boards, that sort of thing. And I used the computer for about a month until I found what loads that I wanted, which brokers had the freight, and actually I used my phone, because at that point I'd got a smartphone, and I would look at my paycheck, and that's about all I needed it for. But things were different, you'd have a little piece of information that you couldn't really do anything without spending a lot of money and professional help, that sort of thing. Whereas nowadays you can get online and you can find out just about anything you want. We have more information in our pockets than was available to the smartest minds in history, like combined, all of them.
Yeah.
And we're stupider for it, but that's a whole different topic. People can't drive to the same store they've went to their entire life without their GPS. I think it's retarding something in our brains, but it was a totally different thing. It's like we still had two different phone plans. You know, you had your local and your long distance, and you really didn't use the long distance unless you had to.
You just touched on a whole lot of things that I totally forgot about, like the Watts lines and the roaming and the having two different phone bills. I forgot about that stuff. That was, and I bet you probably half the guys on here, probably maybe not Steve, and definitely not Matt, have never even
What?
heard of that stuff about what the Watts lines and the roaming fees and having.
Oh
different-
yeah.
two different-
Well,
two
I
different
remember
phones.
going into truck stop and they got all the phones lined up on the bar, so the truck drivers could drive to call home and stuff. Yeah, I drove back then. Yeah.
Yeah, you would sit up there at the bar in the truck stop drinking coffee, and you're waiting, you know, you're calling in every so often. This is before everybody had I mean, granted, Snyder had that goofy thing back in 1985, but the vast majority of trucks really didn't have all this computerized stuff in it until probably about the last 15 years. And I started driving in the 90s. So that's also why we used to park, you know, somebody was broke down, you would pull over, you would help them, because it was literally, you know, you waited for a cop to come by and, hey, can you give me a ride to a payphone, or, you know, do you know a mechanic or a wrecker service or something like that? I need a tire. And there was no other help. You know, it wasn't you call on your cell phone or you send a message on the Qualcomm or whatever system you have. It was, you needed to be able to function by yourself out in the middle of nowhere, broke down on I-10 somewhere between Van Horn and El Paso when it's 115 degrees, you know.
Oh, you're down there.
I've been driving everywhere. Yeah, I've been driving damn near 30 years, and 27 years to be exact. And yeah, always carry water. I don't care if it's 20 below or 120. Always have water, extra water.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I drove for over 20 years.
Yeah, so a lot of this is probably ringing a bell for you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just times were different. And what was weird, because the only two images I had of him in my mind were, one was a photo, and that was him getting off of his bike, definitely drunk, had a bottle in his hand, probably stoned too, and looked like he was about to fall down. That's when him and my mom were still married. And the other one was that meeting, and he kind of scared the hell out of me because I was a kid, and he's kind of a rough person, and in and out of prison. Prison's probably why he lives so long, considering his problems. Not that you can't get that stuff in prison, but yeah, my mom was a hippie. He was a heroin addicted Vietnam veteran, and belonged to an MC that I'm not going to mention. And I have a sister that's my age that I've never met. That's one of the reasons they're not together.
So when you found out that he had died, did it bring closure, or did it bring just more questions, or did you finally feel like you had kind of chased it as far as you could?
Well, in one sense, it brought closure, and in one sense, it's just this open-ended question that will never have an answer, and you have to find a way to deal with it. And there's ways that me and him are kind of alike. After talking to an aunt, I kind of figured, because I mean, when you're talking to the other parents, you get sort of a one-sided thing on everything.
Right.
And I think that's something that a lot of parents, especially going through divorces and stuff like that, that they forget is your kids are going to grow up. They're going to make up their own mind. They're going to remember everything that you did. and they're going to be able to place that in context later, you know?
Right.
And what was pretty cool was I didn't get to find him. Well, technically I found him. I know where his ashes are. They're at the VA cemetery. But I was able to meet my aunt that I didn't know. I was able to meet cousins that I didn't know. And my son and her son look like identical cousins. It's weird. So on the one end, there was just this open-ended question that hurt really, really bad. Still kind of does. But then on the other end, it sort of opened up a whole new world. And I don't know if it's the consolation prize or whatever you want to call it, but I met my aunt and my cousins and this whole other side of the family and found out about family history that I didn't know. You know, it's like my great-grandfather one of my great-grandfathers on that side got tuberculosis. He was a doctor in World War I, and he got tuberculosis. I don't know what's worse, tuberculosis or the Spanish flu. They were both going around.
I think one kills you fast, one kills you slow.
Yeah, that was about a decade before they really had any treatment for it. You know, penicillin wasn't quite a thing yet. And the other grandfather was the one who immigrated with his, or great-grandfather immigrated with his family from what was Czechoslovakia and came over here. There's a lot of migration between the wars and right after the war, and I've got family over there that I'd like to see someday. And what's really weird is that my mom and her brothers and sisters all married into families that basically Slavic, from, you know, Bohemia, what's now the Czech Republic. And so I grew up with like a lot of the food and stuff like that, and great aunts, which were actually like my cousin's grandmothers and stuff like that, and they would be fixing this food, and they could speak the language. They're all gone now. And some of the stuff like on my cooking channel, there's a lot of meals and stuff like going, it was kind of a research through just like my family, you know, in a way kind of connecting with some of them, figuring out how to make some of these meals that I had before and I loved them, but those people are gone now. I have a cooking channel too, so
when you do those foods, do you feel kind of connected to that side of the family? It's gonna make you feel like you actually.
A little bit, yeah. You know, it's stuff that my father would have had growing up. I mean, his mother found a guy that was English, Irish, and Norwegian, and his family had money. She married him, but they kind of, what do you call it, didn't have anything to do with my father because he wouldn't act right. You know, so that's sort of where that comes from, though. But it's just weird that they had all kind of married into that. Why are they flashing their lights? Yeah, I am driving. So.
Sorry. So
I'm pulling a tanker down.
I don't want to pull you away from the road too long, but same question I asked everybody else. How you doing on sleep? How do you cope? Because we know, talk with Matt. How do you cope with getting enough sleep when you're out there driving on the road?
I generally fight for 4 hours a night, um, because in my occupation, there's so many things that are basically done off the clock so that you can do your job and get it done. They took my coloring book away. I told them I'd stay between the lines. They didn't care, so I've got a tattletale in here. You still figure out ways around that.
Secrets.
People don't drive like they used to. I drove way further than 1,000 miles straight.
Allegedly.
I can tell you, coming out, yeah, allegedly. When you split off in West Memphis going down 78 and 40 and the radio got quiet, you get real tired real quick.
Oh yeah, that's the way I took to get to Forgotten Angels. That's a very lonely stretch.
Especially back then. But one of the companies I worked for taught us a trick that you don't want to use for an extended period of time, because you're going to have the same problem as alcoholics and meth addicts and all them, where you're not getting enough REM sleep. And, basically the DTs, you're dreaming while you're awake. Your body's going into REM sleep while you're awake. But what you do, your body works on a circadian rhythm. And as broken as mine is, it still does. And you're going to be your sleepiest like about an hour before the sun comes up. And that's just your body doing what it does. So if you have to drive or ride or anything a long time and you need to stop and you need to take a nap, and this is what we used to do, and we would keep going. And if, well, we'll go into that, but it would be easier today because you can look up on your phone and say, well, the sun rises at 6:45 this morning. And if it rises at 6:45, you want to park about 5:45, lay down real quick, go to bed, and set your alarm for 7:45. About an hour after, it gets you a 2-hour nap. That's also getting into your sleep cycles, how long each sleep cycle is. I can't remember the exact number, but the minimum you really want to do is about 2 hours. And when you wake up, of course, your body's seeing the sunlight when you wake up and the melatonin and everything. You're tricking your body into thinking that you slept all night when you did not sleep all night. And you can do this for a little while. But if you do this for a few weeks straight, you start to lose your mind.
I get it. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool. We don't want to keep you off the road too much. I know you got some driving to do and it's getting dark. But thanks for coming in. And I love this story.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
And I do love your cooking channel. I love your cooking channel.
Yeah, yep, right here. Yep.
You be safe out there. You still there? We may have lost her.
All right. There.
Yeah, I think she just got into some traffic, so she may just have to be concentrating. So Sid, we haven't asked you about your sleep yet. How much did you sleep during Forgotten Angels?
I barely slept actually, so I was probably getting about like, I guess it's about my average, like 4 to 5 hours a night. One night I got a single hour, if not 30 minutes.
Which night was that?
That was the D&D night, man.
Oh,
that was Saturday.
Yeah. Well, you guys were staying an extra day, so no yawning at it. Oh, Ned, don't do that. Why you didn't? But yeah, that's understandable. You guys got to stay an extra day, so you can make your sleep up the next day. Mm-hmm. So how fun was that? How fun was D&D night? That guy was pretty cool.
Oh, John, yeah, he was great. He basically, I felt kind of bad because we also had some people who joined in who never played D&D before, so we kind of had to like take a pause several times to reteach them or teach them like from the beginning how to play a simplistic version of D&D, which I guess it could still be complicated, especially when you're drunk. So
Who was drunk?
Actually, Baron actually played D&D and he loved it. That was awesome.
Yeah, if I had more time in my day and was younger, I'd probably get back into D&D because I do miss the. But now I spend that time reading or playing Candy Crush. So.
Or killing bandits.
I do kill a lot of bandits and draugrs. I do.
Or attending to emergencies when the bus signal goes up.
Unclogging toilets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest thing. Somebody walked up to me and says, "Hey, you're a Rainy Rider?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "The toilet's clogged." And I'm like,
So I'm
okay.
Shitter's full already. Get on it.
Shitter's full.
Shitter's full.
But yeah.
Hey, honey, have you checked your shitters?
Let me check your shitter. Nice place you got. Let me go look at your shitter.
Now, so Sid, what kept you from getting more sleep than normal? Was it the bear sleeping nearby?
Which one?
Yes.
Because I know I'm probably one of them.
No.
She had three near her.
You didn't snore that bad, Juice. Aaron, I could hear you halfway across the camp out.
I've been told I snore loud. I can only report what I've heard, but I'm glad I'm not the reason that you were staying up.
So the pillion sleeping next to me said Aaron was louder than me.
And you're pretty loud, Mike. Yeah.
That first night I was there, holy shit, man! I know I was snoring my ass off because I went to bed at probably 10 o'clock that night. I tried to stay up later, and I was like, I can't, and I still slept till like 7 the next morning. Like, holy shit!
I find that funny, Rainey, because when I crashed in your hotel room in Nashville, and I apologized one morning. I'm like, I'm sorry if I kept you both up snoring. Diana was like, "You didn't hardly snore at all. I didn't hear you, but I heard Mike."
Yeah.
And now it's the polar opposite. She was
well,
like,
I was in her ear.
God, Aaron was so... Yeah.
That was funny.
That's why it's always a good idea when you're camping to bring earplugs.
No, she had Sid had earplugs in.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And he was like, I feel like you were a good like 15 feet away from me.
Well, my head was toward my garage, so closer than you probably think.
Okay. Yeah. But Juice hardly snored. You snored a lot. And then there were people who can't hear us who were blasting like metal music.
Oh yeah, that Saturday night, that group that came in and set up on the other side of Devin and Annette's tent that were playing metal music. Yeah, I was not pleased with that.
It's all well and good because, like, you know, it is a camp out, it is a party. I just wish we had like a volunteer area because I was so fucking like done that day.
Yeah, the second night we were there,
I would love a quiet space.
The second night we were there, it was pretty loud early on, and I was like, oh my god, if this whole, I think it was like Thursday night. It's like, if it's this way the whole time, I don't know about this. And then the next nights were great.
See, I think it was
actually kind of calmed down.
Friday night. I think it was Friday night. I remember waking up at like 1 because some dude over near like where the gazebo was, I think, in that direction, yelled at the people that were still partying kind of over in that area, like, it's fucking 1 a.m.
Yeah.
People are trying to sleep.
They've
And
obviously never
everyone
been to a
laughed, and
camp
someone
out.
yelled, "Hey, go kick his ass!" And everyone laughed.
Yeah, you know,
I got up at 3:30 to go to the bathroom. I think it was Friday night or Saturday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there are people steadily partying out there still.
Oh yeah, I was one of them, man.
It was actually pretty quiet, legitimately, because especially like anytime before this, especially when Trucker Paul was still there, that campfire was loaded with people till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And this time we went over there. What, Aaron, me and you went over there when we were going to sing that night, and Tony dissed out on us. There was like 3 people over there.
Yeah, it was
plus the 3 of us. It was like, what the hell? So it was
I think it was Colleen's dad, Jake from State Farm, and one other person I can't
Yeah,
think of the
and
name
it was like this
at the
place is
moment.
dead. It was actually pretty dead at nights there this time. This was why, like I said, then Matt was saying there's more people this time than last time, but it's actually seemed a little more dead.
I think it was the heat.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't hot for Florida standards, but for people coming out of town, like if you're not used to spending a good chunk of the day above 84 outside, like that draws some energy out of you.
It was actually pretty nice, with the exception of the onesie ride, because I left my blue jeans on when we went to the restaurant. It was actually very nice.
Mike,
I was baking, man. I was waiting for you guys up at the front. I was like, I zoomed off and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be first in the lineup. I'm going to be like second in line.
I don't know. I didn't know that's what you were doing because I was looking around for a while. I'm like,
yeah,
where
we were
the
waiting
hell
for
did
you.
Sydney go?
I was waiting for you to come back.
Bathroom or
like,
something.
where did she go?
I did say something, but I also have a very tiny voice. So. I do.
They're gonna try to change things up this time a little bit.
Yeah.
Only people that can arrive early will be by invitation only.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Anybody that arrives early that's not invited will get charged to spend the nights prior to.
And I heard they're going to start charging for admission anyway.
Which I think that just makes sense. Like
which
that's
makes a lot of sense. It makes total sense.
It's gotten big enough now.
There was a bunch of people that were just inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Talking to like Colleen, and she had a guy. She put food on the plate, and he actually reached into the food with his hand and put it on his plate.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yes, somebody was complaining. I think it was Colleen. Also, either Colleen or Gmont told me somebody was complaining that they didn't get enough eggs.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me give you your money back. Oh wait, it was free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're trying.
Here's
trying
my
to cut
thoughts
back
on it.
that kind of stuff because But like I said, this time they said there's a lot of people showed up early, and then everybody the ones that showed up normally early were working, kind of thing. But they said this time there's a lot of people that showed up early that just early weren't there to work or volunteer or anything like that.
Well, they did. There was a lot of. So last year, the year before, there wasn't like a Thursday morning, Friday morning breakfast. It kind of took me by surprise. So this year they had breakfast.
The first time I've seen Thursday morning stuff. Yeah.
And usually there's not food. I mean, it's like they try to make sure people were fed all through the day.
Yeah,
and
when they opened up the kegs on Thursday, I was like, wow, because usually that don't happen until Friday.
And usually it does help yourself too. So maybe that was part of the. Well, usually it's like a pump and a little hose too. This time it was actually a full-fledged bar, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. So I thought this was kind of neat. You know what that is?
A key.
You know what that is? Huh?
Is that a key?
It's a key.
It's a key to my personal golf cart.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, my thoughts on, especially after this camp out, because I did go down. Sid and I both went down early, and we volunteered our time to help get everything ready before the camp out really started in full swing. And seeing how it was Sunday when we were leaving, or at least I and Devin were leaving, I definitely think it's gotten to a point now where it's so big that it is getting people who are just coming to party and not for supporting the charity. Yeah. They're coming because they know it's free food, free beer, and a place to sleep. And all they got to do is show up. So I do think that, and there's always stuff, they're always, David and Cindy are always renting latrines to be put in. They rented a shower stall.
Yeah.
There's always something getting damaged or broke or needing repair after, stuff just gets run down and used. So I do think that them even charging just a small admission fee for people that are going to show up, whether it's early or in general, would be fine, because then all of the stuff that they have to fix or that they are spending money out of their own pockets for just helps them break even. And the point of the camp out is to be notoriety and the big fundraiser for the event. So why not charge like a $10 admission?
Well, I think it should be 50.
Yeah,
it should be 50.
25 or 30 at least.
Whatever they decide on, even if it's $10, almost everyone can afford. And that's going to help them in the long run either break even with the money they themselves put in, or more.
It's like the shower thing that cost them $1,200 when it shouldn't have cost them $1,200.
Well,
right,
there were a lot of people. Just like the guy that I told, whatever you do, yes, you can use the shower, don't flush the shitter. And what's he do? Well, I'm in here anyway, might as well take a shit. And then flooded the bathroom. So it's like.
Well, and that bathroom's been flooded just from people taking showers.
Yeah.
Because it's one shower getting how many people in there in a day? Over 100?
Yeah.
Most likely.
And I think if it's going to, and granted, haven't been, but it seems like it's turning into more of a destination type of a thing.
Yeah.
It sure felt like it this time.
And charging admission, especially for, people who are coming there to.
I hate to say it, but it should probably be the same weekend as Daytona, where you don't get the partiers there. And that would suck for people who want to go to Daytona too, but that would keep the partiers away.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's collecting a lot of people who are there for Daytona anyway. They're like, oh, hey, there's this other party. Let's go there too. And
yeah. Well, yeah. And if you charge an admission, you're likely just to keep out the people who are there just for the free food and free beer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Shay had her notebook and was taking notes, asking people, so what should we change next year? What did you like? What did you not like? And we'll talk about this later, but some of the things have to change like immediately. And Erin, you know what I'm talking about, and she said yes, next year that will absolutely change.
We'll
talk about it.
Those conversations.
We'll talk about it on the after show, but yes,
after,
after show, yeah.
So
before I forget, 9 Mills, can you resend me your artwork? I'm looking through all my artwork, and I can't fucking find it. So, a chance.
It was Rainey that sent it to you.
Ooh.
So, I had to I'll send it to Rainey again, because I don't know I couldn't get it off your website, so I'll get Rainey. I'll send it to Rainey. Or maybe not. What was that?
Was it just IRI?
Huh?
I think I had sent it to. Well, I can't look at it because it's on my laptop, but I'm pretty sure I sent it through either Slack or I emailed it on Stephen E. Ridge.
All right. I'll look. Yeah.
We'll find it. Well, we're almost time for closing thoughts. Let's start with Aaron.
It's something we say all the time, but I think it always remains appropriate to say, be good to each other. You're going to get out of this life,
Later,
out of
Doug.
this world, what you put into it. So if you walk around with a chip on your shoulder, that's what you're going to get back. If you walk around and you're kind and you keep a good attitude, that's going to come back to you.
All right, Devin.
Same with Aaron, just be kind. Don't cost anything to be kind to others. And just try to enjoy life while you can.
All right.
Yeah.
Juice.
Eat cheese, do crime. Like, we can't all just be happy-go-lucky. What the fuck? No, it's been great hanging out with you all. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. This in person, what have yous, whatever. Be kind, if that's what we're saying now. If that's everybody's catchphrase now. I like eat cheese, do crime. You should check out Whiskey Chaser's tattoo. Anyways, that's my thought.
All right, Matt.
If you've never been to a Forgotten Angels camp out, you are truly missing out. Period.
That's the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. Absolutely. All right, Steve.
I'll reiterate, be kind. One of the things that I've learned from Mike Rainey, and I told him this offline, it's really admirable. What he's done in general, just for me at the company, like someone says he's on payroll, he's not on fucking payroll. Like he does this stuff pro bono. And he's a part of the company pro bono, and now like he's my bird dog in a good way. Like in Sicario, Alejandro is Josh Brolin's bird dog. And I know I can come to him at any time. And when he told me, like, knowing a little bit about his past, tiny bit, I want to know more, but when he talked to me and told me that, like, his kind of new philosophy in life is doing things for other people, helping other people, that's something that a lot of us miss. And you're not going to find fulfillment personally unless you actually do things for other people when you don't need to, or not for the recognition, not for anything. And he's like, I look up to that. Like he's given me perspective on a lot of different things. You know, I'm 37. I'll be 38 soon, but it's really good to hear that, you know, once you find what's important in life, to realize that, you know, there's not, you can be angry or, you know, upset about a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, like I always say, we're living in a simulation. It doesn't matter. And so just be kind to each other and pay it forward when you can. So that's why I try to do as much as possible when I don't have to. And that's Mike.
Thanks, Steve. Well, I don't want to hear from anybody else. You guys just shut up. All right, Sid, you're next.
Adopt cats.
Adopt cats.
Adopt cats. By Andy Ridge. Also by Duluth.
Duluth, what's that?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started. But yeah, no, just I like the eat cheese, do crime. So
I like cheese.
Oh, don't punch TVs.
That's a good. So if y'all, those of y'all who don't know, so Sydney was watching the Cowboys-Eagles game, and obviously she's a Cowboys fan because the Eagles stomped them, and she punched the TV and broke her hand. So yeah, don't do punch TV things. Bad for life.
Yeah, don't pick a
That's
fight
what
that
yeah, that's her total
doesn't
story.
even realize it's in a fight and doesn't care if it's in a fight. If it's a one-sided fight, it's like, okay, now, you know, if there's someone else on the other end, I'm gonna call Sid and Mike and Juice.
As long as they don't throw a TV, I'm pretty good.
So, Steve, in case you didn't know, Sydney has a rule. If you feed her, she fights for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want her to. I want to have shooters all around the country. So that's my goal.
Sleepers.
So you just
All
need to sit an extra large pizza and you're good.
Well, then if that's what it takes, then I will do it. But like when John put up a video, I didn't even know he was doing it because he has zero stipulations in his contract with me, and his contract didn't actually start out as a contract. It was like he bought the boots, and like I recognized the fact that, like, and he was wearing them during a CVO shoot in 2021. I was like, well, you've got a big audience and you are wearing the boots. That shouldn't be free. So I'm going to pay you to do it because you're going to do it anyway, but you're advertising my product while wearing these on a CVO shoot. So like you deserve, I know how hard it is to create something from nothing. That's how I kind of like to treat people, or I try to treat people, is that, you know, understand and respect what people do and the shit they go through, and you know, and yeah, and I'll still send you an extra large pizza, and I do want shooters across the country, so I can just kind of, you know, all right, we're close.
I'm your huckleberry.
But my point was the comment section, actually, of his video was overwhelmingly positive. And I haven't checked it recently, but it's like these guys have no reason to be nice. But I think if you pay it forward and you do nice things for enough people, over time, it's going to hopefully come back. But you shouldn't be really doing it, expecting it to come back anyway. So that was the point of that. Sorry.
I think anytime you do something nice for someone, karma will come your way. You shouldn't expect anything out of it, but I mean, it's like these shirts and donating the money. I mean, how happy were we just to stand on stage and, you know, them acknowledge that we raised $1,500.
Oh, I didn't even care for that.
I was gonna say I didn't even need it.
It was just, but how nice did you feel? And then of course he was gonna auction us off. He was gonna auction off.
Well, that's a whole different topic.
Listen, to make money,
white man.
To make money, I would do it. And I told him, I said, well, start the bidding at $1,000. She's like, for one kiss? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll do it for 10.
A kiss? Like that was an auto.
Hey, $20 is $20.
$20 is $20. Yeah, that was what we were whispering about over there. And he's like, all right, I'll start the bidding. I said, we'll start the bidding at $1,000. Because when he said he always wanted to auction off a white man, I was like, start it at $1,000. I'll go. He's like, just for one kiss? And I was like, oh, I'll do it for 10. But it was all good fun. We were having fun that night. We were following the comedians. We had to do something funny.
Yeah.
I saw what you did for the Klondike bar.
You should see what I do. Okay, never mind. So anyway. Well, yeah, see what I do for a taco. But anyway. So Sid, I got a question for you. How many sausages did you eat?
Including the ones I had in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, well, here's the thing. During the sausage eating contest, all of the sausage links were cut in half and treated as... So 2 of those was actually a whole link. And
Yeah.
Sid, you had how many whole links before that?
God, I had 2 whole links before doing the eating competition because that was going to be my only meal for the entire day.
I
guess-
think that's why I was like,
what?
you should have been the winner. Like clearly.
I mean, I'm a slow eater, but I can eat a lot.
I would say that was the thing, is that they restricted her to a time. And what they should have done is just said, eat until you puke. And Sid would have ate the whole thing and
nobody
started
wants to
eating
see that.
somebody else's.
No. And she kept eating after they said stop.
Eating, yeah.
She was still hungry. Girl was still hungry, still eating when they said, okay, time. And she's like, well, there's still more sausages here, and I'm still hungry. Get out of my way. I'll
And then
bite you.
she took some
But I
from the
haven't
thing
taken
wrapped
my
in foil
brain.
for later.
Thrifty woman. That's the sign of a thrifty woman. That's what you want.
It was good sausage, man.
That's what she said.
Hey, Sid likes her meat.
I do.
And she's a Polak like me. So
Wait, what's it?
Yes, Polish.
I'm also Polish.
The Irish and the Polish are a lot alike. Waste not, want not.
Yes.
All right, Annette, since you're not my friend, but go ahead and give me your closing thoughts.
If I'm not your friend, why am I here?
Hey, the entire world saw that. I put it on my video where you said, "Oh, you think you're our friend," and I'm like, "Okay, no, you're my friend. Fine. What's your closing thought?"
Oh, you do love me.
Yes, fine. Go ahead.
I guess to like kind of tie the theme back into this video, kind of bring it back full circle, is like, you know, everyone's been saying, yes, you know, be kind to others, do the right thing. but at the same time, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you got to take care of yourself. So if you're like, at the camp out and you're starting to get pretty crappy, just go to bed. No one's going to judge you because you can't be that kind outgoing person if you're sleep deprived. So
Uh-oh.
It's a hard road to hoe because you want to stay up and you want to have fun, but you also, are having a hard time. And sometimes you got to know when to tap out.
Know your limits.
Every day you live is one more day that you're closer to. I like to say this. So none of us have an expiration date, but we all do have a best if used by date. So get out there. Yeah, nobody wants to drink rotten milk. So get out there, do what you can before it's too late. Don't pass up any opportunities. But at the same time, acknowledge when you got to say I quit. That's good for now. I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to incorporate that a little bit more. That I like that. Like you can't pour from an empty cup. It's good.
Yeah.
And with that, we will go ahead and close. All of us have channels, so.
What are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are, do nice things for people, but also realize when people do nice things for you, that's an effort. That's an effort they're taking. Smile at least one person every day that you don't know and tell them hello and ask them how their day is. And see how far that takes you. You may be the only nice thing that happens to a person all day long.
That's good.
So we all have channels. So look through us all and like, comment, subscribe, hit all of our bells, hit all of our notifications, and stop in every once in a while. Just see, you ain't got to watch all of our videos, but at least pop in every once in a while and just tell us hello.
Oh, and check your stuff too, because I found today that YouTube unsubscribed me from quite a few people.
Yeah, if you haven't seen one of your favorite creators pop up lately, it's probably because YouTube's doing something funny. So, and with that, it's time to eat.
There you go.
All right, guys, love you all. Everybody stay on. We're going to talk
Bye.
later. But everybody in the